Hello guys, welcome back to KARTET Psychology. Today we are going to discuss the next concept of psychology, which is the important syllabus we can say for the exam. So nowhere in the CTET as well as in a TET, whichever the question papers you solved in a previous year question paper also, a question is will be there regarding Piaget. So there is no question paper without the question of Piaget at all. So somewhere you will get the question of Piaget's cognitive development. Today, in short, we will learn regarding Piaget's cognitive development. Okay. So yeah, fine. Mm, yeah, he is the person, a Swiss biologist. Jean Piaget, sir, was a Swiss biologist. Okay, he's a Swiss biologist. He was biologist in his profession. He learnt philosophy along with it, and he was interested in epistemology. He was interested in epistemology. What do you mean by epistemology? Epistemology is a branch of psychology which deals with the sources of knowledge, guys. So, epistemology, we can say, epistemology is a branch of psychology which deals with the sources of knowledge. If any knowledge is there, where does that knowledge comes from? So, it deals with the sources of knowledge and it is a branch of psychology. So Jean Piaget was a biologist. He used to study philosophy as well as he was interested in epistemology. So he was in a job like he used to get certain papers of the children to correct. Okay, to correct. So when he was observing the papers, he came to know that the children will be making mistakes, and the mistakes done by the individual child was different. So this made him to think regarding the development, how the intelligence develops from a child to an adult. So this made him to put forth the theory that is cognitive development. So when you hear the term cognitive, or we can say cognition, cognitive is related to the intelligence, or we can say the mental, what we can say, mental structure. Okay, so it is a mental, it is not a physical factor, it is a mental factor. So the normal meaning or the simple meaning is here intelligence. Cognitive means intelligence. So as he wanted to put forth his theory regarding intelligence, the theory is named as Piaget's cognitive development. Let us discuss the stages and the cognitive processes or the processes he mentioned in his theory in detail. So Piaget theory of cognitive development. In Piaget theory of cognitive development, we see two domains, two subdomains or two subgroups. One is related to stages, the other is related to cognitive process. So in the stages he mentioned four stages: sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, formal operational stage. So how to remember this SPCF? You can remember like this. Or in one of the article, I read that we can remember this as some people cannot focus. Some sensory motor stage. People pre-operational stage. Concrete cannot concrete operational stage. Focus formal operational stage. By remembering this sentence, you can remember the stages of Piaget. That is, some people cannot focus. I repeat it. Some people cannot focus. Okay. Or you can simply remember as SPCF. Okay. So these are the stages of cognitive development of a Piaget theory. And he also uh, put forth the cognitive processes. Means if a child has to develop an intelligence, what all processes takes place since from childbirth to a adult. So here the processes are schema, assimilation, accommodation, equilibration. Schema, assimilation, accommodation, equilibration. Say or SAE, we can remember. SAEE. Schema, assimilation, accommodation, and equilibrium. So, what are these stages? What are these cognitive processes? We will discuss in the next slide. Before that, let me just brief the Piaget's concept. Piaget told that a child will learn, and a child is a own scientist. Child will learn by discovering. Child will learn by discovering from stage to stage. From stage to stage. He tells that child is able to construct his own knowledge. According to Piaget, child is able to construct his or her own knowledge. That is why Piaget is considered as radical constructivist. Just a minute. That is why Piaget is considered as radical constructivist. What do you mean by radical constructivist? Radical constructivist means they support, or according to them, uh, a human being will learn by his or her own. Okay, and they will learn stage by stages. They will learn by discovery. So this is regarding the radical constructivist. Okay, now let us see the stages of Piaget's cognitive development. The first one is here, sensory motor stage. So this sensory motor stage we can observe in 0 to 02, that is from birth to 2 years old child. So here what actually happens in this stage? Coordination of senses with motor responses. So sense organs will be developing with the motor response. For example, if you pinch a child, so she or he will cry because his skin sense gives him a motor response of crying. Okay, sensory curiosity about the world. So if a 1 year or a 2 year child sees you eating anything special, he or she will come near you, so that that curiosity will be there in them. So especially if you hold the mobile in front of them, suddenly they will come to you because they have a curiosity what you are seeing in the mobile. So that curiosity will develop in sensory motor. The stage is sensory motor, means sense organs will be developing along with the motor responses. Motor responses means the response by the hands, legs, by the speech and all. Language used for demands and cataloging. Object permanence is developed. So at when they are around 4 months or 5 months, they will not understand the object is permanent. But when they will be around 1 year or 1 year, half months, 6 months old, so they will get to know the object will be permanent. If you do peekaboo, like if you hide some object, and they will get to know, they will go and find it because they know the object is permanent, the object is there. So that is a sensory motor stage. The next one is pre-operational stage. So this stage occurs around 2 to 7 years of age. So here symbolic thinking occurs, use of proper syntax and grammar to express concepts. So in the sensory motor stage, they will be only using the words. But in the pre-operational stage, they will express their concepts. They will get the ability of a explanation of a concept, whether it is correct or wrong, but they will explain. Imagination and intuition are strong, but complex abstract thoughts are still difficult. So they will imagine a lot, and they think that they are right, and they want the world to see according to them. They think that the world will see according to them. What they will see, the world will see the same. So that will be the stage of pre-operation. The next one is concrete operational, which we will find in the age of 7 to 11 years old. So here concepts are adapted or attached to the concrete situation like time, space, quantity. So this all will be understood by at this age. Okay, then the next one is formal operational stage. So here at this age, so they will develop abstract logic and reasoning, strategy and planning to become possible. They can make their own strategy, they can make their own planning, so that it will become possible. So this is regarding the stages of cognitive development, and in formal operational stage it is a teenage. It is a teenage, we can say. And according to Piaget, the intelligence stops developing around when a child reaches to teenage. Okay. Next we have the cognitive processes. So in the cognitive processes, schema, assimilation, accommodation, equilibration, these are the four sub concepts are there. Schema means mental structure. Mental structure. So here a boy is there. Okay. So boy saw a cat. Boy is familiar with the cat. He knows a cat will be having four legs. Cat has four legs, and the four-legged animal is called as cat. So that is a schema. Schema means what? Mental structures or a mental information which is stored in a child. Okay, that is a schema. Then when he saw a cub, when he saw a cub of a tiger, so the boy says that it is a cat. But a sister who is in concrete operational stage, the sister, she will be in a concrete operational, or we can say uh, formal operational stage, she tells him that it is not a cup, it is a cat. It is not a cat, it is a cup. So first what happens? First boys think in a boy's mental structure, four-legged animal is a cat. So when he sees the cub of a tiger, he calls it as a cat. But sister rectifies him that it is a cub, not a cat. So by this assimilation means what? Gathering the information. Assimilation means gathering. So by gathering the information told by his sister, the boy accommodates the knowledge. The boy accommodates the mental structure that all the four-legged animals will not be the cat. All the four-legged animals will be different. We have different four-legged animals. So that is accommodation. Next, he will attain the equilibration. Then he can say that he will understand by seeing the other four-legged animals, like the four-legged animals will be different. The cat is only not there in the four-legged animal. So this is regarding cognitive processes. Next, as we have certain meanings of schema, assimilation and all, let us go through that. Schema means mental structure or mental representation, mental picture of anything, of a thing to organize a knowledge. Assimilation means incorporating new information. Means already a boy knows four-legged animal is a cat. But when his sister tells him four-legged animal, what he saw is a cup, he accumulates four-legged animal will be different. That is a new knowledge he assimilate. Accommodation means along with the cat, he also accommodate or give space in his brain, in his mind, that a four-legged animal will be cub also. Accommodate, to give space. Organization, he organized the thoughts or the mental structures that four legs animals will be different. Grouping, isolated behaviors anta. Equilibration means a shift, a resolution of conflict to reach a balance. So this is regarding Piaget's cognitive processes. Okay. So next we are going to learn regarding educational implications, means how Piaget's theories impact on the education, how we can use it in education. First of all, Piaget says that a child can learn by himself or herself, can create his or her own knowledge, so can learn by discovery. So the first one here is discovery learning, we can say discovery learning. Okay, discovery learning. The next one is problem solving skill. So when a child attain a concrete operational stage, so he can able to solve a certain normal problems, like if his bag got what you can say stuck somewhere, or if he fell suddenly, he will get up or she will get up by himself, like quite independent, they will be becoming problem solving. The next one is activity based we can say, as it is a discovery learning method. If you provide them any activity, they will discover the knowledge by doing that activity. And the project also induces or encourages discovery learning. So these are the four important educational implications. Next, according to Piaget, teacher is a facilitator. He will not support teacher-centered class. He is a first person who supports child-centered classroom. The classroom should be child-centered. As a child creates his or her own knowledge, child is a scientist. So teacher just has to support him or her, facilitate or guide individual differences. As the child create his or her own knowledge, there will be individual differences between the children. Readiness to learn, he says that we can't make or we can't force a child to learn. For example, 5th standard student cannot be forced to learn 8th standard content. It is for example. If 5th standard student only can able, depends on his own ability, because we can say gifted children also. In gifted children, they you can, this readiness to learn can be false, because they can learn anything at any time. So this is a readiness to learn. We can say the drawbacks of Piaget are, he did not mention any language development. Okay, any language development and clear picture of individual differences is not given. So this is regarding certain drawbacks of Piaget. We will be going to discuss regarding the drawbacks of Piaget theory when we finish with Vygotsky theory and its comparison with the Piaget theory. Until that, take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.